Hello, my lost little lamb. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, you're not? Well, that's quite troublesome, isn't it? Well, it seems that fate has brought you to the perfect place. If you're not well right now, you will be soon. Not to worry. I'll just have to guide you to safety, peace, and relaxation. So, just allow yourself to relax and rest. Here, with me, you are safe. You are cherished. You are deserving of love and affection and support. You deserve to be treated well and to be cherished. You deserve to be treated with kindness and consideration. You are inherently valuable. Your existence does not develop value dependent on what you can provide for others, what you can or cannot accomplish. You are deserving. You deserve to be here just as much as anyone else does. Okay? You are a flawed individual, just like everyone else. You are imperfect. You are flawed. You have weaknesses, failings, problems. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you are enough. Those failings, those shortcomings, the things that you don't find pride or courage in, those things do not determine your value. They do not make you lesser. You deserve kindness and opportunity and grace and consideration and appreciation, just the same as everyone else. You are lovely. You are beautiful in your imperfections. Every single one of them, no matter how insecure they may make you feel from time to time. Every single one of them make you you. And isn't that beautiful? Isn't that lovely? I sure think so. Well, let's see. Well, what troubles you, young one? I see. Oftentimes we find ourselves in difficult positions where we may not know what the future has in store for us. That's okay. Not all of us are omniscient beings. We don't all know what the future holds. After all, what would the fun in that be? If everything was predetermined and we all knew about it, no one would ever challenge themselves. No one would ever take risks. Certainly failing can be embarrassing or heartbreaking, but at the end of the day, it's much better to have lost than to have never tried. After all, spending your entire life wondering whether or not you would have been able to do it, now wouldn't that be a sad existence? if you're able to alleviate any of those regrets or those wonderings, I would deeply recommend that you consider it. As long as it doesn't hurt to do so. And as long as any sacrifices aren't too great. Of course, of course. Not everything in this world is so clearly defined and clean-cut. But at the end of the day, you are the creator of your own destiny. Predetermined as it may be, your choices are still very, very dependent on you. So, don't worry about the opinions of others, what anyone else says, the judgments they cast on you. The only person that you have to live with is you. At the end of the day, there is only one person that you must wake up with and you must go to sleep with. And that person, well, you're not looking in a mirror right now, but I'll tell you, I'm looking at them. So, do yourself a favor and stop giving so much weight to the small opinions of others. Okay? I find that you'll likely save yourself quite a deal of time in the long run. It's just a good idea. But, of course, a suggestion is just a suggestion. So, if it's to your liking, if you wish to spend your life controlled by the opinions of others, well, who am I to tell you what you should or shouldn't do? How silly of me, truly. Of course, it's all just recommendations. Though it does look like you've found yourself feeling rather burdened. Lately, it seems there's maybe a lot plaguing your mind. I hope that you're able to release yourself from the binds, the shackles of expectation, both placed upon you by others and placed upon you by yourself. At the end of the day, you're only one person. And at the end of the day, struggle as you may, there's only so much one person can do. So, I hope that you'll be a little kinder to the person in front of me. I don't know about you, but I find myself quite taken with them. And I would rather that they have an easier time, rather than a more difficult one. I'm glad to hear that. Well, now that I've yammered on about my own opinions, is there anything you'd like to ask of me? I see. Of course, disregarding the opinions of others is much easier said than done, isn't it? But I think you'll find that if you remember how brief these people's role in your life can be, you'll likely find yourself a little bit more slow to take their opinions as fact. At the end of the day, if you only see someone once in your life, what value does their opinion have? Very little, I'd reckon. Of course, that's not to say that you should be cold and uncaring. Even the most stoic of soldiers still feel sad sometimes. And that's a-okay. In fact, that's more than okay. Everyone should experience emotion. It's what makes living so beautiful, is it not? I mean, I think that there's a certain charm to mortality and all of the lovely things like emotion, hope, joy that come with it. Of course, there's negative emotions as well. Sadness, desperation, anger, fear. But, well, you can't truly enjoy the flavors of life if you only choose the sweets that you prefer. Unfortunately, you can't just pick and choose. But there's nothing wrong with experiencing feelings. You were built to experience them. It's normal. It's natural. And you're okay. Disregard the opinions of anyone who suggests otherwise. Your emotions are very, very important. And the way that you experience life cannot be dictated by anyone other than yourself. To value the opinions of random people, passerby in your life, well, that's just limiting, isn't it? But what do I know? Of course, I'm just waxing poetic, but I think that you deserve good things. And if you can't realize that for yourself, hopefully my talking to you can help to affirm some of your hesitations. Of course. I think that you're lovely. You deserve amazing things. After all, you're kind enough to pay attention to someone like me. Of course, lovely company. I value it quite deeply. My ramblings are nothing but suggestions, but I really and truly do hope that you'll be a bit kinder to yourself. Again, at the end of the day, whether you're cruel or kind to yourself, time ticks on regardless. And at the end of it all, when you're faced with all of the things that you've accomplished, isn't it better to have realized that during your weaker moments that you didn't allow that to stop you, that you motivated yourself rather than tearing yourself down, and you were able to overcome it all? Everyone likes an underdog, a hero who was down on his luck at one point. Everyone has one of those moments. It's what makes those stories so compelling. So I hope that, like those stories, and like the heroes that you have idolized or respected, that you too will allow yourself to overcome difficulties, adversities, hardships, and to persevere rather than to crack under the pressure of other people's opinions. After all, you deserve to be happy. And no one can truly grasp happiness for you. You have to do that for yourself. A pain, I know. But I'm sure that you'll find it for your very self. And won't it be so amazingly fulfilling when finally, after hardship, trouble, pain, you finally grasp it in your hands? I think so. A beautiful, beautiful story it would make. I hope that you'll treat yourself with kindness and consideration, and that you won't let anyone or anything stop you. You deserve good things. You deserve good things. You deserve good things. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Rest well. Rest well. Rest